everybody, AJ Ryzik here, and here we are at video number 4 in our WordPress tutorial series. And in this video we are going to take a look at how to add a post or add a page to your WordPress site. So let's get right started to it, and we will start with a post. And you can either come over here to where it says post and do an add new, or you can come up here and do new post, or you can even go to the all posts, and from there there's an add new. So there's a whole bunch of ways to get there. Now this hello world it always shows up by default when you install WordPress. And let me go and open up our site here, and on the home page you can see there's there's that hello world post. So I'm going to get rid of that. Alright, and we're going to add a new post. So up here, and it's pretty self-explanatory, and you can start with your title up here, and then the body of your post is going to go down here. Now you can see over here we've got this distraction-free writing. And it says it enables distraction-free writing mode, and everything surrounding the editor will fade away when you start typing. Personally, I usually don't use that, but it is there if you care to. And as we put our text into the text box here, you see we got a visual and text, and text basically allows you to see the actual HTML code as you're putting it in there. So, and you'll kind of see in just a second what I mean. We'll just give this a title, for an example, first blog post, and we'll type in this. And then you can do bold. You could do italics. Wow, can't spell today. You can do strike through. And anyway, you can see you've got a variety of different functions there. And most of these you've seen them before from various word editors like Microsoft Word and Google Docs, that sort of thing. So most of those are pretty self-explanatory, and you've seen those before. Right here, if you want to go and insert a link, like say right here, you could go and hyperlink that, click that, put in your hyperlink. If you want that to open in a new window, you can do that. And then this will remove links right here. This is an interesting one. It inserts a read more tag, and what that is, and let me go to one of my current blogs so that you can see that. So let's just go to the reader's blog right here, and you can see you get the featured image, and then the title, and then it starts and gets so far, and then it stops with the trailing ellipses, and then you get the read more. Well, why it stops there is because I have inserted one of those read more tags right in that spot. Now some themes automatically insert that read more after, say, 2 lines or 15 words or however many. Others don't. I go ahead and insert them anyway, just so that it's just sort of a matter of habit. That way, in case you switch themes later on and you switch from a theme that did do that and now it doesn't. Now you don't have to go back through all of your posts and insert those tags. So anyway, you kind of get the idea of how that works. And then this here toolbar toggle, it opens up more options for you right here. So as you can see, it gets you the underline, justify text, text color, undo something that you just did, or if you undo it and then want to redo it, you got that over there. And just so you can kind of see where we're at already, if you come over to your sidebar over here, you've got a save draft button and it'll save your post as a draft. You've also got a preview button so you can see what you've done so far. So you can click on preview and you can see what we've got so far. Now this right here is if you're regularly use, say, Microsoft Word or LibreOffice, OpenOffice, any of those word processors, you're probably familiar with styles, and your default style is of course paragraph, which is what you're seeing right there. You can also select a chunk of text and give it a style of, say, the heading 2, 3, 4, and so on. And like I said, if you are familiar with the word processors, you're probably familiar with using those various tags for different parts of your post. This paste as text right here is it's an interesting function. Now, besides just typing in the body of your post like I've been doing so far, you can go and copy and paste from text editor or word processor or whatever. And so let's kind of do this as an example. I'll erase that and I will paste. This is actually a blog post that I wrote last fall, and we will copy and paste that just so you kind of get the idea. Just copy and paste. And then when you come down here to the body, if you click this mode on, it eliminates all the formatting that you may have previously had in your document. Click it back on, and if you're wanting to preserve, say you're in Microsoft Word and you did some formatting there, you want to preserve that, you're going to want to use this mode right here. So let me copy, do a paste, and so there's our document. Now once it's in there, you can go and edit, and you can also add images and that sort of thing. And actually, let me go and move my little picture out of the way so you can see this over in here on the sidebar. So we've got all that in here, and we'll just do a preview again just so you can see where we're at. It's kind of bland, not a whole lot to see there, just words. So we can come down here now to featured image. We want to add some looks to our post, and thus far we don't have anything in our media library to add, so we're going to do that now. So let's go to select files. I've got a little WordPress images folder that I made up for this tutorial. Now I've got these two images. I'm going to load those up, and I'm going to make this first one right here our featured image. And over here on the right hand side, you can see there's a URL for where that particular image was uploaded to our site. So maybe if you wanted to add a link to go right to that image, you could do that. You can add a caption, an alternate text, a description. So let's click that as our featured image. So now let's go to preview, and you can see he's popped up there at the top of our post, and quite a bit bigger than I would want. Um, and the reason why it ends up so big is that by default WordPress is going to want to fill that entire width, so it basically grew the photo or image till it fit that space. You can come down here and change this if you want. Let's go to this featured image, and this was actually the one that I wanted to use as my featured image. You see, that kind of fits there better. Now you can go and add additional images through your post. So let's say right about here we want to add an image. So go up here to add media. It'll go to your media library. Let's throw this guy in there now. And over here in the sidebar you can see we've got, see where it says attachment display settings, alignment. We're going to put this guy all the way over on the right, linked to the media file, and we've got some choices on size of image. I'm going to go down to a thumbnail size 150 by 150, insert into post, and so you can see what it really looks like. Go to preview again, and so now you can see he's right there. Now if you want to play around with image size and that sort of thing, if you go and click on this guy, you can see you've got, if you just want to quickly change the alignment, you can do that from there. Otherwise you can open the edit box and you can do a little more with it. Go back to full size, you can go to a custom size. Say maybe we wanted to make this 200 by 200. You got some advanced options down here, some CSS stuff, that sort of thing. Go and update, and come over to preview and take a look at what we got. So, a little bit bigger. So hopefully that kind of gives you an idea of as far as setting up your various posts. Now let's go ahead and we'll save this as a draft for now. And while we're talking about posts, you can see we've got a couple of different formats of posts that we can have here. For the time being, I'm going to make these standard posts. I will, as we kind of go through more in detail through the video series, we'll start talking about some of these others, because I will use the video post and I will use the gallery. Quotes another nice one. It basically allows you to put a set of quotes up top to kind of emphasis on a certain quote from your post. Okay, so we've got our draft saved, and let's come down here, and as you can see, this post is uncategorized. We haven't come up with a category yet, and actually we haven't created any categories at all on this blog yet. And let me show you what I've done on this other blog, so it kind of gives you an idea what to do for categories. You can go and categorize your various posts, and so like on this blog page or blog, I had a reader's blog category, a book reviews category, a writer's blog category, and then this Linux and tech blog, and that was a category. So let's come back here, and there you can either create a category right from this post section, or you can go to the category section and create one from there. We'll go ahead and we'll create one here since we're already on this page. We'll call this Linux, and you can have what is referred to as a parent category, and you could think of this as say categories and subcategories. Well, the parent category is like the opposite. So like say in this Linux category, I had for Ubuntu based Linux articles, I had a subcategory called Ubuntu. Well, Linux would be the parent category of that Ubuntu category. Hopefully that makes sense to you. So let's go ahead and we'll add that category, and we'll put this in that new category. I'll go, as soon as I finish this up, we'll go to categories, and hopefully I can explain it a little bit better for you. So we've got our category. Come down here to tags. These are essentially search terms that that you can use throughout your blog to find various posts or subjects. For those of you that are Twitter users, it's similar to hashtags if you use hashtags. So, I mean, we can give this, we'll start out with Linux as as one of our tags here, and what else could we get it? This is about Ubuntu, so we'll put that in there too. And you can add as many as you want. And after you get going, you'll have like a little, think of it as a word bank, I guess you could say, to work from down here. Alright, so let's save that draft again. Something else I'd like to point out while we're on the post section, under permalink, right here it tells you what the permalink or the URL address for this particular post will be. Now you can go in here and change what your permalink address is. Another thing that you can, kind of along the same thoughts, you have over here in settings, you have a permalinks category or a permalinks page where you can alter how you want your permalinks structured. So you know, you can go custom, you can go by post name, numeric, month, date, day and time, so on. And really this is something that I should have gone and changed earlier. Typically I go by post name, so I'm going to go ahead and activate that, save those changes. Let's come back here to edit post. We're going to save draft again, and you can see it changed my permalink structure right there. And that kind of layout, that's fine with me. And so let's go ahead and we will publish this. So now that it is published, you can see up here it says post published, view post. You can click that. Let's go ahead and go to our home page and reload it, and you can see it's right there on the front of the home page. It does have the asterisk so that you'd go, you know, you want to read more, go ahead, click, and now you go right to the page and you can read the post. So there we have it. There is our first post on this blog. So now that we're done that, let's kind of shift gears, sort of, and we'll talk a little bit about categories. Alright, here we are on our categories page. You can see you got the right over here on your menu. So you can see we've got an uncategorized, which kind of comes by default, and then we've got the Linux category that we created. Now we can go in from here, edit it. We've got what the title of our category is, slug, and you can see it says slug is URL friendly version of the name. It's all lowercase, contains only letters, numbers, and hyphens, no spaces. Does it have a parent? Nope. And then you can add a description if you like. Some themes do display the category description. So then you would click update, and it's updated. And I showed you how to add a category from over on our post page. We can add one from here also. And I was talking about the parent and subcategories, that sort of thing. So let me show you how that would work here. So let's create a subcategory for this Linux called Ubuntu, and the slug is just going to be all lowercase. Parent, I'm going to make that Linux, and for description is and now we'll add the new category. And over here in the listing, you can see it's got a little dash in front of it, and that is because it is a subcategory of Linux up here. Now you could even go and let's do another one, just to give you an idea of what you can do. So we're going to make another subcategory, Ubuntu 14.10, and we'll make the slug Ubuntu 14.10, and we'll make its parent be Ubuntu. And description. So now, and you can see now we got two dashes, so this is a subcategory of the subcategory, which is under Linux. So hopefully this kind of gives you an idea of how this whole category structure works. Well, now that we're done with categories, let's talk a little bit about pages. Pages are essentially posts that are standalone. And let's go back to my Chronicles blog and just kind of rehash on it. I did a standalone Meet the Author page. That is a page. About the Chronicle series, that was just a page. An excerpt from the novel, that was just a page. My bookstore, that was just a page. As I said, they're not categorized, they're standalone. So let's go down to pages, and once again we've got an all pages. It'll list all the pages that you've got. Let's do an add new, and right here, as you can see, it looks just like the how you create a post, and for all intents and purposes it is the same. Put your title here, text down here, the toolbars are the same. A lot of this over here is the same. Now you can have parent pages. So right now we've already got a sample page. We can make this a sub page of the parent of the sample page. You can do that. So I guess in some ways you could consider it to be a little bit categorized, but not really. And then we've also got templates, and see we've got a default template and blank page. Depending on your theme may have a variety of page templates, and I know there's several themes out there that got a big variety of templates. Divi does not, so you basically just get these default templates. Now where Divi is different, and we will go into this in another video in a lot of detail. Divi has this page builder, and that is this modular layout for setting up your pages. And I'm not going to go into real big detail here because it's something that we're going to do an entire video on setting up pages using Divi. So, and actually probably more than one video. So I just kind of wanted to point it out right now. For the time being, we're, suffice to say, if you can do a post, you can do a page here. Well, that finishes this video up. Hopefully it gives you an idea of how posts and pages work, a little bit about categories, that sort of thing. In the next video, we are going to take a look at how to import and export your posts and pages. So if you want to move stuff from one blog to the next, you can do that. And actually, a lot of the content that is going onto this blog, that's how I'm adding it. Like I said, I'm taking essentially 3 blogs and combining them into this one new blog. Try to cut down on my workload. So I've only got one blog to contend with and manage and update and all that kind of thing. So hopefully that video will help you out if you want to move stuff around and whatnot. And then probably the following video we'll start making some original content on here, so you can see how to set up pages using the Divi page builder and whatnot and so on from there. So anyway, give us a big old thumbs up if you enjoyed the video, and please subscribe if you are not a subscriber. As always, questions, comments, all that kind of stuff, leave it down below, and I will see you on the next video.